What does it take to silence Charles Leclerc on his home turf? How did Lewis Hamilton transform from struggling with an alien Ferrari to demolishing last year's pole position time? And why are McLaren suddenly scrambling while Ferrari mechanics are quietly celebrating what might be their season-defining breakthrough? The answers lie in 74 milliseconds at Baku, a margin so small you could blink and miss it, but so significant it's rewritten the entire championship narrative heading into the most unpredictable weekend of the season. For months, the story had been painfully predictable. Ferrari flashing potential in short bursts, but never finding the consistency to turn that into something tangible. Hamilton himself had admitted that the SF25 still felt alien to him, a car that forced him to abandon the natural flow and precision that defined his championship years. Just hours before everything changed, FP1 painted the same depressing picture. Hamilton sliding wide in the third sector, clipping escape roads, even brushing the wall. The data showed Ferrari losing crucial time in sectors 1 and 2, while McLaren looked comfortable. Charles Leclerc complained bitterly about understeer through those punishing 90-degree corners. By the time the red flag came out to fix a loose curb, Ferrari were staring at another weekend of damage limitation. The mechanics made only minor tweaks, no real signs of progress. The tifosi in the grandstands looked resigned to another weekend of what-ifs and almosts. And then FP2 happened. But here's where the story takes a turn that nobody, not even Ferrari's own engineers, saw coming. With the sun dipping lower and track conditions mirroring those of qualifying, Ferrari finally showed their hand. And it was absolutely devastating. Hamilton unleashed a lap of 1 minute 21.293 seconds, faster than last year's pole position. Right behind him came Leclerc with 141.367, just 0.074 seconds slower, delivering a Ferrari 1-2 that very few had seen coming. But it wasn't just the times that stunned the paddock, it was the way they were delivered. Hamilton, running a higher downforce rear wing that sacrificed straight-line speed for braking stability, threaded the Ferrari through that unforgiving middle sector like a man possessed. Every lap looked more confident, more natural, more in rhythm than anything he'd shown since moving to Maranello. Meanwhile, Leclerc with his lower drag setup was lightning fast on the straights but still held his own in the corners. The combination of both approaches made Ferrari look like they'd cracked Baku's unique paradox. A car that could fly down the straights but still stick to the walls in the twisty castle section. Behind them, the established order was crumbling. McLaren endured a nightmare session. Lando Norris clipped the wall at turn 4, broke his suspension, and limped back to the pits. Oscar Piastri also kissed the barriers and ended up only 12th. His session ruined at the crucial moment when teams switched to low-fuel qualifying runs. The psychological impact goes deeper than you might think, and the technical data reveals something Ferrari has been hiding. For Hamilton, this wasn't just about beating his teammate or topping a practice session. This was about finally connecting with a machine that had been rejecting him for months. In Monza, he'd sounded broken, defeated by a car that refused to respond to his inputs. But in Baku, for the first time, he looked like Hamilton again, attacking corners with confidence, carrying speed with fluidity, putting together a lap that silenced every doubt about his move to Ferrari. For Leclerc, the story cuts even deeper. Baku has been his kingdom in qualifying, 4 consecutive pole positions proving his mastery of these streets. Yet, he's never converted that dominance into a victory. To now be beaten here, even by the smallest of margins, by his new teammate in identical machinery, will sting deeply. The technical split tells its own story. Ferrari deliberately ran different programs. Hamilton focused on stability, Leclerc on top-end speed. Both solutions worked. Both produced elite pace. Their long-run simulations on medium and hard compounds looked competitive too, with less graining than McLaren and more consistency than Red Bull. But there's a bigger game being played here, and the timing of this breakthrough isn't accidental. Mercedes with Russell and Antonelli were consistent, but nearly half a second adrift. Their W16 looking stable, but lacking outright pace. Max Verstappen's Red Bull, usually untouchable in these scenarios, looked unsettled under braking and traction, leaving the Dutchman visibly frustrated over team radio. For the first time in months, Ferrari weren't chasing the leaders. They were setting the benchmark. The unpredictability of Baku changes everything. Safety cars are almost guaranteed. Pit strategy becomes a lottery. Ferrari now have the flexibility to play both cards. One car set up to attack qualifying, another designed to thrive in the race. Heading into Saturday, the stakes couldn't be higher. Leclerc wants to keep his crown as the king of Baku qualifying. Hamilton wants to prove FP2 was no fluke. Behind them, McLaren will be scrambling to repair Norris's car and recalibrate their setups. Mercedes will be searching for that crucial half-second. And Red Bull will be desperately trying to unlock speed from a package that suddenly looks uncomfortable. But Friday results don't win races. They shape confidence, change narratives, and ignite hope. Hamilton topping FP2 and Ferrari, red with Leclerc breathing down his neck, is exactly the image the Tifosi have been desperate to see. The real questions remain unanswered. Can Hamilton finally make his Ferrari move make sense? Will Leclerc defend his Baku territory against the 7-time champion? And has Ferrari truly solved their fundamental issues? Or is this just another false dawn? The streets of Baku are unpredictable, but if FP2 was a sign of what's to come, Ferrari aren't here to survive. They're here to win. Those 74 milliseconds might just be the margin that changes everything. What do you think? Is this Hamilton's breakthrough moment, or will Saturday qualifying tell a different story? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more F1 analysis as this championship battle intensifies.